How's it going, everybody? We're back at you with our latest sales video. We had 5 sales in the last 24 hours, 3 sports cards and 2 clothing items. So we're going to give you the breakdown and the update as we continue to tweak our 20-year-old eBay store that was either dead or dying, trying to get it back to a full-time income once again. Hi, everybody. My name is Craig. Welcome to A Side Hustle. The goal of this channel is to move 10,000 people from stupidly broken to fully free. So please hit that like, hit that subscribe as we move forward. All right, we're going to start with the sports cards. As I mentioned yesterday, we switched all of our single low-end sports cards to free shipping, and it has had a tremendous impact on the sales velocity because the stuff that's selling is not even great stuff. Okay, so let me explain. We did sell a Devon Achane rookie card, but this one had a little bit of a print flaw on it, so it's not in great condition. He is having a great season. That one sold for $1.79 offer. The Nick Gonzalez sold for $1.75 offer, and this Brian Borellis or Buelvis autograph, that one sold for the $1.99. So these were all $1.99 cards. We accepted 2 offers, but when I say we accepted the offer, what I mean is it was all done automatically. All of my low-end sports cards I have priced at $1.99 free shipping. Auto decline any offer under $1.75. Auto accept any offer $1.75 and up. Why? Because I don't want to spend any time negotiating cards and sports cards for $1.50, $1.62, $1.63. So that's what we have done, and it's been really nice. Now, I have no idea how many other offers were declined, if they tried multiple times or if they just got lucky their first time and picked a number that worked for me. Either way, I am maximizing my sales velocity by minimizing the total amount of time I have to do negotiating these small deals. And that was always one of the issues. And so, again, we talked about it yesterday, but it's just been such a huge game changer. If you're dealing with low-end stuff, just pick the price that you're willing to accept and put auto decline below it, auto accept anything above it, no negotiation necessary. It's kind of like the newest eBay hack. All right, so before we get onto the clothing things, again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and if you would consider becoming a member, that could be your Christmas gift for me this year if you appreciate these videos, and I certainly appreciate you guys watching. All right, we sold 2 things. We sold a pair of jeans. These are jeans from the $2 day. I forget what they were. I think they're Levi's. We sold them for like $15 plus shipping. And then the fun shirt here, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, we got this. This was a Schlitterbahn. This was a vintage 1995 tank top from a water park in Texas. And so the buyer ended up reaching out to me earlier today, and he said, hey, could you find out what year it is? And it really small print on the tag, or not on the tag, but on the bottom of the shirt, it actually had a copyright date of 1995. So I said, well, I don't know for sure if it was bought in 1995, but it's roughly that era. And they purchased it. We did negotiate a little bit on price because they're overseas. They had to pay something like $30 in taxes and import fees. So I wanted to sell it for $25, but I cut him a deal and we did $20 plus all of his shipping. So I sold it for $20 plus shipping on my end, and he paid a lot more. But this was like a nice little $5 Plato's Closet find. And so I love finding and rescuing this vintage stuff that's just out there everywhere, and it means something to someone. And that's why I love grabbing things like this. Is as long as you're patient, the right buyer's going to come along. You got things, and I know you can't see all of this, but this had just some really great graphics, colors, total 90s vibe to it. And it didn't take long. It only took it was less than 2 weeks to get it sold. So really excited about that. I have worked on listing today. I took pictures for 42 items. I've gotten about 7 of those listings fully done. So I'm going to work on getting the rest of those listed. And we're going to take this down to the post office. Just one note kind of moving forward to, I'm not going to go back and recording every single item that sells after I make these videos, unless it's a crazy good important item or something like that, because just as we get busier down in fourth quarter and I'm trying to maximize my time, I just don't want to have to go back and like re-record, then edit videos and everything like that. So if they're just small little shirts that sell, they're just going to be kind of part of the thing along the way. And if there ever is a great thing that sells or something like that, then, big deal. Then we'll either make a separate video or we'll splice it in. But most of the time, I'm going to just record these videos when it makes the most sense in my day to record them and post them. And if other sales come in afterwards, that's what it is. And I'll try to kind of always update you going forward. So we're going to get these items shipped out. to our 5 customers. I'm going to head to the post office here in a few minutes, and then I'm going to keep working on trying to actually see what it would be like to list 42 items in a day, because my goal is to list 42 items 5 days a week. Okay, so if I could do 42 items 5 days a week, eventually, this is not, I don't have the inventory to do this yet, but I do have the inventory to try it out. So that equals 210, which is equivalent to 30 items a day. And from what I can tell, based on all the numbers I've calculated, I need to sell and list on average about 30 items a day to have a full-time income off of this. So I'm just seeing what that looks like and what that feels like, since I did have roughly 60, 70 items that I purchased over the weekend. So I'm pushing. It is tough. I'm definitely not there yet. And it would take a lot of work and a lot of discipline and probably waking up a little bit earlier to do this, and I might also just do something more along the lines of sourcing for like 4 days and listing for 2 days. That might actually be a better system for me, and then spread out those listings over the rest of the week and different things. So anyway, I'm trying some stuff, trying to push myself to this next level, because I really want to unlock the next level of eBay, which is going from being, we started, we went from hobby income to, hey, this is kind of a nice steady trickle. Now we want to go from nice steady trickle to, I could survive on this in a pinch. That's like not thrive, but just survive, pay the bills. That's the next level that I want to push this thing to. And I'm trying to phase out of food and gig delivery. I actually have not done any food or gig delivery for 2 weeks. That's probably going to change this weekend. Probably going to have to do some delivery Thanksgiving week. But if all goes well, I would love to be done with food and gig delivery by January or February as a primary income stream. So that's why we're just going to keep pushing, and I'm pushing myself along the way. So again, that's why your likes, your subscribes, you're following along on this page. And those of you who are members, thank you so much for that as well. I appreciate all that. And that's what helps keep me going, on top of course, the money that we're trying to make here from eBay. So hopefully this is helpful to you. And again, leave a comment down below on how the sales in your store are going.